Hey, what's going on, guys? I got a little bit of a newer sprinkler here for you today. It's been in production for a while, but it's the K-Rain RPS75. So it is almost an exact copy or knockoff of the Hunter PGP. The Hunter PGP will fit in this can. This sprinkler will fit in a Hunter PGP can. It's almost the exact same body, cartridge, and can as a PGP. K-Rain actually invented the reversing mechanism that is used in a lot of rotors today. So not to say that they ripped off Hunter completely, but this is pretty much a Hunter design. So anyway, the RPS75 is a 3/4 inch inlet rotor, 3/4 inch BSP. The can is pretty sturdy ABS plastic. It's not quite as heavy as a PGP, but still, it's gonna withstand anything you throw at it. The nozzle selection is pretty similar to that of a PGP. It's more comparable to like a Nelson. You have these nozzles here, which kind of look like an LR Nelson nozzle. But what I like about this is this nozzle rack. Sorry, I'll turn it around. Actually has low angle nozzles included. So you have an L4, L3, L6, and an L1. So for those windy situations or short distance situations where you don't want to throw the water quite as far, you'd use those. The standard nozzle, you have a 1.5 all the way up to a 9. And that is pretty much your flow rate. So like your 9 at 50 PSI is gonna flow 9 GPM. Pretty neat nozzle designs though. They actually have a little tab on these nozzles here for you to stick a screwdriver in and pop the nozzle out if you want to change the nozzle, because I know beforehand you can't really, you'd be sticking a screwdriver in the actual port of the nozzle and you'd wreck that nozzle. So this way you put a little screwdriver in there, pop the nozzle out, you're not wrecking the nozzle, you can reuse it. They come with a tool that's very similar to the Hunter PGP. A little bit different shape still. That's your arc adjustment side. This is your nozzle trajectory / nozzle retention screw side. I'll go through how to make adjustments and change a nozzle here in a minute. And then the really cool thing about this, I got a case of these, and in that case they include the backflow check valve. So I'll show you guys how to install that now. So they include about 10 of these in a case of 20. And if you look, the bottom of the sprinkler, there's a little, kind of like a little nipple there. So what you do is you're going to insert your rubber disc over top of that nipple, just like that. And then your lock washer, which is just like a shark tooth washer, you're just gonna press on over top of this nipple. So you just give it a little, it can be a little bit tricky to get on. You have to push it on completely straight. But once it's on there, guys, it's not coming off. That's not all the way on, but it's really easy. You get like a 8mm socket or a 5/16 socket. You can just pound that on. But anyway, that goes on, holds this disc in place. It's not going to come off that way. There's a little ridge on the bottom of the can, and the rotor goes in. See that? Just like a seal-o-matic check valve on a Rainbird, or the check valve on any Hunter sprinkler. It's an anti-drain back valve. So that's gonna, you put those on the lowest heads in your zone, that's gonna stop the low head drainage. All that zone is gonna drain out of this head if it doesn't have that little check valve. So just because I didn't quite get that one on there, I'm just gonna take it off, because we're not gonna be using it today. But little feature that I think is really cool to K-Rain, they actually include that in their kits. They don't make you buy that separately. So anyway, let's go through replacing a nozzle. So we're just going to get that can back in there. So there's a little lift up port. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. You're gonna stick this guy in there, turn it by 90. That's gonna give you enough leverage to lift the riser out of the can. You can grip it. It's a pretty strong return spring. So if you have the actual hold up tool, it's kind of nice. I didn't get one with this kit. Anyway, so you're going to take the hex end of your key, insert it in where the little arrow goes, and find that little hole, and then you're going to just basically back out the screw. See what I'm doing there? Back out the screw. And then this nozzle, these come with a 2 nozzle installed in them. You put a little screwdriver in there. I don't have one with me right now. Put a little screwdriver in there, pop that nozzle out, decide which nozzle you want, push the nozzle in, and then you're just going to put this retention screw back down just until it hits the bottom of that little retention screw groove right here. So you don't want to go right into the stream right away, just because that's going to affect your watering capabilities. And then instead of letting this go, guys, which, you know, get your fingers pinched, it really hurts, put that back in and just give yourself a little hand. So I'm going to go through a few of these nozzles with you guys, so I'll show you exactly what it's like changing a nozzle. I'll go and grab my Hunter hold-up tool, which fits exactly on these. We'll put it on the riser, and we'll get some water flowing through it. I'm going to go through all the low-angle nozzles, and then I'll go through the... I'll leave the 2 in there. I won't bother with the 1.5. It's just like the 2. And then we're going to throw the 8 and the 9 in there, guys. So you'll get to see kind of the 2 different nozzle styles. This is more of a, you know, high flow, just insane flow nozzle, and these are more of a precise, you got your little like almost rain curtain groove on there, precise watering nozzle. So we'll throw a few of those in. I'll show you how to adjust the sprinkler, kind of how far it throws at different PSIs, and yeah, hopefully we'll get to see some good watering. Okay guys, so what we have here, you just watched me put it on a 3/4 inch riser. So you guys have seen this in my other videos. This is just my 3/4 inch Schedule 80 PVC sprinkler stand. Basically, we have a 1/4 inch gauge. See the PSI that we're running. Just a 3/4 inch hose bar, or a hose bib connection right there, and pretty simple to make, guys. I know in a couple of my other videos I went through in the comments how to make this. Just grab yourself a 10-foot length of Schedule 80 PVC, some tees, caps, and the glue and the primer. You can make it as big as you want, little as you want, make as many as you want, daisy chain them all together, whatever you guys want. I'm gonna make another one of these, so I'm gonna do a video in the future, and I will show you guys exactly how I made this one. I use Schedule 80 just because it's on the ground. It gets banged around a lot. The kids play with it. I didn't want it to crack, so Schedule 80 is a really thick wall pipe. Okay, so we got the K-Rain RPS75 on our stand here. So right now they come factory set at 180 degrees, guys. I don't really want it to be at 180 degrees right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a little adjustment before we even hook the water up. So the adjustment port, like I said, you use this end of your key. It does not have to be a K-Rain key. Here's a Hunter key. This Hunter, K-Rain. Exactly the same. Real innovative there. So you're gonna go to the port that says adjust. I'll bring you guys up, show you. And you're gonna stick it down in there until you find the little groove right there. Sorry, this is kind of wobbly up here. And then you'll notice there's a little plus and a little minus arrow. So right now you're gonna find the right stop, guys. So you're gonna go all the way to the left and then back all the way to the right until you hear that click. Okay, that is your right starting position. So you line that up wherever you want it to spray. Well, we'll start over there. Okay, and then I want to decrease this arc. So I'm gonna turn this one full turn, see where that gets us. So now we're gonna turn it all the way to the left. Look it. So that decreased our arc by about 30 degrees. Okay, again, right starting position. The left is where you adjust. So you always line up the right edge with where you want the sprinkler to start, and then you always adjust that left edge, guys. If you want to adjust the right edge with the can in the ground, you can either grab these little, I don't know what you call fins, I guess, and you can turn it, or if you need to turn it to the left, which would be loosening the fitting, and the can comes unscrewed, you can actually just dig out a little bit of soil, grab this and turn it. Alternatively, you can take this can out, or take this cartridge out. There's little ratchets on the bottom, turn it by 20 degrees, put her back in the ground, fine tune it with the threads. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with that arc. So we're gonna leave it there. Set you guys back down. And then we're gonna get some water flow into this. For this first test on this nozzle, I'm just going to be using my regular 3/4 inch hose with a 3/4 or with a regular garden tap with a Gardena quick connect. You don't need that much water to run the 2 GPM nozzle, so I don't need to get out my big hose and my pump. So we're just gonna roll with it, see what kind of pressure we get just with a normal home setup. All right, guys, I'm gonna set this hose up now. So there we go, guys. That is just on a Gardena quick connect. So not very much water flow coming out of this head right now. This is the number 2 nozzle. And I'm very impressed actually with the spray pattern on this sprinkler. Very nice, gentle, close-in watering. And this is the number 2 nozzle that comes pre-installed, guys. So get you a little closer here. So you can kind of see how it really has that, I know I'm going to say rain curtain, that's a rainbird term, but it really has that nice, gentle, close-in watering. So you see we're getting water all the way down here, which is, you know, only about a foot away from the head. And we are running about 40 PSI, guys. So that's right where you want to be with this sprinkler. You can kind of see the nice slow rotation. We're on a deck on a huge riser, but that's why we're getting the distance. But if this sprinkler was in the ground, I would probably guess we'd get, about 30 feet of throw with this right now. So I'll show you guys how to adjust the spray distance. If you guys wanted to adjust the spray pattern or adjust this distance, you're gonna come up here to the top and you see this little, focus. There we go. See this little arrow right here? You're gonna stick your key in there just like how we changed the nozzle. I'll show you guys something here. All you're gonna do, turn this down into the stream of water. See how it just flattened out that stream? You have to turn it the other way, out of the stream of water. See that? So you can really adjust the distance that it's spraying. There we go, we're all the way back out again. So anyway, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to replace a nozzle now. I got my little Rainbird tool here. Just any flathead screwdriver will work. But we're going to turn it off and we're going to put in one of the low angle nozzles. And then I'll show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to turn it towards you here. I grabbed my Rainbird hold-up tool. Any hold-up tool will work as long as the riser stem is remotely the same diameter. So I'll show you guys what I mean here. Get you a little closer. There we go. So as real as possible here, guys, we're going to take the key, put it in our lift-up slot like that. We're going to pull up this riser, hold it with our one hand like that. This is the tool I was talking about. So as you can see, it just grips the riser. The turret comes down on this part, it holds it up. So you're going to put this on from the back, just like that. Grab the key, bring it down, and it holds it up for you. Now you don't have to hold it with two hands. So we're going to take our key back out of the lifting slot. We're going to insert it into the arrow, find that hex key, back this nozzle, back the screw sorry all the way out. Okay, and then this is just a Rainbird adjustment tool. It's just a flathead screwdriver basically. Okay, stick it in there, pry this nozzle out. There we go, just like that. Now, which one should we do here? Let's sticking with the same kind of nozzle type, let's do this low angle 1 nozzle. So you just twist it off the rack like this, guys. Low angle 1. Okay, come over here, make sure she's kind of lined up like that. Then you're gonna push in and down, so just kind of like that. Okay, and then again you're going to turn the nozzle retention screw down until it interfaces with the nozzle lock, kind of like that. And then all you do, grab behind here, give it a pull, sprinkler's back down. Okay, turn this back around so that we don't get wet. Then we're going to find that right starting edge, which is right there. All right, guys, let's see what the low angle nozzle looks like. So much flatter trajectory from this nozzle. You're only getting, I would say, probably a 15-degree arc on this guy. So very, very flat, very, very short distance. We're probably only getting about 20 feet, which is right on the mark with the spec sheet. It says this nozzle should throw around 21 feet. Again, really impressed with the spray pattern, guys. Very, very nice spray pattern. Very even water distribution. You can see how this close-in watering is happening. We're getting water right at the base of the sprinkler. Very, very impressed with the K-Ray nozzle design. So still, that's about the same flow rate as the regular nozzle. That's a 1.8 gallon per minute, I think, out of the low angle nozzle. And then this was the 2. So very, very similar. Very, very similar. Again, the RPS is exactly the same. as a hunter PGP, I think the RPS nozzles, or sorry, the K-Rain nozzles, have a much nicer spray pattern than the PGP, personally. The PGP Ultra, completely different sprinkler than the PGP, guys. They fixed all the nozzle issues. Those are some nice nozzles. They have really nice close-in watering, really nice throw distances. Like you have a non-strippable gear drive. Like they really hit the ball out of the park with the PGP Ultra. But if you're going to be buying the PGP, the regular version, just save the money and pick up some of these K-Rain heads, guys. They're cheap, they last, they're made in the USA, easy to adjust. So now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna throw the biggest nozzle that we have, the number 9 in this RPS, and I'm gonna keep it on the Gardena Quick Connect, guys, just for ease of installation. But we'll see what kind of pressure we get. We're still running about 40 psi with this, so we should get some decent throw out of that big nozzle. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that off camera, just save you guys the pain of watching me do it again, and then I'll be back with you guys in a minute. Look at that. So we are at a constant 47 psi. Again, we are running it through a Gardena Quick Connect. But guys, we're getting about 60 feet of throw out of that. That's almost hitting that hedge back. It is hitting that hedge back there. That's a lot of water coming out of there. So there you go, guys. Again, really impressed with the spray pattern. Really nice close-in watering for such a large nozzle. I'm blasting water into my neighbor's yard here. So that is the K-Rain RPS75, guys. Smallest nozzle to the largest nozzle. Obviously, if you were running the very large nozzle, you would need an absolute ton of water. Probably nothing short of an 1.25 inch supply line, and then a 1-inch main line to supply all that water. So before I snap that fitting off, I'm going to turn that off. And then come over here. Put you guys back on the tripod. There we go. All right. Well, thanks for coming with me on this this K-Rain journey, guys. First K-Rain sprinkler I've really reviewed. Like I said, these are made every day. They're one of K-Rain's flagship models. They actually make a model called the RPS Select now, which is more comparable to like an i20. They have flow stop, automatic arc return. Still don't have a non-strippable drive, but I mean, that's minor. Yeah, really impressed with K-Rain. You don't really see too much of them up here in Canada. There's only a few commercial sites that have like the Super Pros or the Pro Pluses. But I've only seen, I don't know, a couple zones of these RPS models. So if you're looking for something to replace your PGPs, or you're thinking about buying PGPs, give the K-Rain RPS a try. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.